Inktober, day number 5. Welcome to my channel. My name is Walden Wong, and I'm a comic book artist for Marvel and DC Comics. You can check out my website. My website is waldenwongart.com, and I also have a Patreon page. My Patreon is patreon.com/waldenwongart. All those links are listed below the video description. So check that out and check out my website and my Patreon. So back to Inktober. So for Inktober, artists would draw 1 image a day for the whole month of October. So by the end of October, they would have 31 images, 31 days in October. So far, I've drawn 4 images, and on this 5th one, Gambit, this is a little bit different. This Inktober piece is a little bit different. I have a client from France. He emailed me and asked, Walden, would you be interested in inking this Gambit piece? So he emailed me the file, and I'm going to go through the process of how I would take the file from the email. Let's just go through the process. So I will get the file, and let's check that out. So here's the email I got from the client, and he wants me to work on this Gambit piece. So let's look at this Gambit piece. It's a nice image. So I'm going to show you guys how I convert this into blue line and print it out, and then I'm going to work on this. So here we go. This is also supposed to be Gambit. After I get the file, I would download the file, put it onto Photoshop, and I would convert it into a blue line. For those of you who don't know what a blue line is where comic book artists will take a gray pencil image, we'll take that image and we'll convert it into a light blue. So when we ink on top of it, and when we're done inking, after we scan it, it doesn't pick up any blue. All the artwork will be in black and white form. So I'm going to show you, so for those of you who are into learning how to convert blue lines, this is going to be a nice video for you, because I'm going to show you the process of me taking the image, converting it to blue line, all the way to printing it out. So let's check that out. So I'm going to pull that file that the client sent me, that I'm going to create a blue line file to ink. So I go to File, Open up that file right over here. So there's my file, and I'm going to check the file size, make sure everything's okay. Image size, check the file. So this one is printed with 8.5 by 11. So that's the paper size, and here's the resolution, which is a good size. So this was scanned in color, so that's a good scan here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to darken up the pencils. For me to darken up the pencil, I go to Image, Mode, Grayscale. And then after that, I'm going to select the area that I'm going to play with. So this is the pencils. I want to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to go to Image, Adjustment, Brightness and Contrast. And here's where you can make it lighter and bright and darker. And then you can darken up the pencils a little bit. So when you print out in blue line, everything will be a little bit clearer. Now I'm going to convert this into a blue line. To convert this into blue line, you need to convert this back into RGB color. After RGB color, you go to Image, Mode, Image, Adjust. After RGB color, you go to Image, Adjust, Hue and Saturation. In Hue and Saturation, make sure you click Colorize, and you can toggle this left and right. I'm going to have this roughly around here, and then this one around roughly here, and then this one roughly around here. Okay, you notice that I've only made the drawing of Gambit like a light blue. I didn't want to ink his signature, so I'm just gonna have his signature black, and then I'm gonna move his signature closer to the artwork, so when it prints, his signature doesn't get cropped. So we're gonna have that here, and I'm gonna center his image to the art, just like that. So that, and then right here, we're ready to go. We're just gonna go to File, Print, and there goes his signature. And then there goes the blue line right over there. Very cool. And then there it is. So we have the printed image, and unfortunately I forgot to turn on my microphone when I was holding the blue line. So I'm going to show you how the blue line looks of that video recording without any audio right over here. That is the blue line image. Look at me holding the blue line page without having any audio, but at least you see how the blue line looks. So I'm going to show it to you right here. Okay, and after I take that, I'm going to start inking it. So here we go. So after printing the blue line, the penciler, he only drew maybe the thumb and 2 fingers. So I decided I'm going to finish off and draw the rest of his hand in there. But as I was drawing, I didn't keep track of how many fingers I was drawing. I ended up with 6 fingers. I erased it and I redrew it. and it was still 6 fingers because I forgot to count the thumb. So I'm glad anytime you're drawing fingers, always count how many fingers. You don't want to be one of those artists that draw 6 fingers and get your book printed in, having 6 fingers. So I drew the hand with the correct 5 fingers, the thumb, and then I drew some of the clothing outfit just to extend the art a little bit more. After that, I would use a repeatograph, the technical pen, which I'm using right now. This is a Cardinal repeatograph pen. I'll use that with a straight edge, and I just do all the sides of the card. That's the only time I use a straight edge to ink the straight lines. So this is the repeatograph, and then there's a spade over there, which the pencil didn't draw in because on the corner of the card there was a spade. So I drew in that spade so I can ink it in later. Now, after finishing the card, I went ahead and got the crow quill. This is the crow quill I'm using. I'll use a dropper, which I'll drop some ink onto the crow quill, and I'll start inking all the finer lines. And again, I always ink faces first, just in case I'm making a mistake. I can scrap the whole page, start all over again. So I'm making the face, inking the hands later, and then I'm just doing all the outlines of the face. So I'll feed the crow quill. Some artists, they like to dip the whole crow quill into the bottle of ink. I like feeding it with a dropper. You can always buy ink bottles that has a dropper, or you can buy ink bottles that doesn't have a dropper. There's this choice. The ink I'm using is Higgins Black Magic. I also added links to my Amazon page below. So if you want any of the supplies that you see me using here, or any of the ink or paper, you can order it there on my Amazon store. Again, links below. So after doing the crow quill work, I got and used the brush pen. This is the brush pen I'm using, and then this I'm actually just dipping it into the bottle of ink. So I'm inking all the flowy lines first. Now, when I'm making these flowy lines, look at my wrist. Look at my right wrist. My fingers aren't moving. My arm's not moving. The only thing I'm moving is my wrist. When I'm doing that, my wrist works kind of like a compass. When I was inking the hair, it works kind of like a compass. That's how I'm getting those nice smooth arcs. Here I'm making the hand, concentrating on line weights, which lines are thicker, which lines are thinner. And then I'm making areas that I just penciled in, where the penciler didn't draw that. Penciler is Jorge Molina. And right now I'm just inking in the airs, inking all the hair, and then look at my wrist again. I'm working my wrist as if it's a compass. That's how I'm able to get those nice smooth arcs and being able to repeat it. Okay, after inking all the lines, I'm going to ink the holding line of the hair, which is the outline of the top of the hair. And I'll give that a nice thicker line. And then here I'm just beefing up some of the lines to make it stand out a little bit more. And filling all the black areas of Gambit's mask and darkening up some of the lines. And here's his trench coat. Inking some of those parallel lines, make sure they're parallel and spaced nicely apart from one another. Inking in the bottom of the head, the jaw, inking some of the lines, and then adding the smoke. Some of the smoke I'm just going freehand, and then I'm drawing it as I'm inking it, just going, with the flow of where my hand is going. So here I'm inking the spade, filling all that in. So you can see it, make sure it's nice and centered. Dip the bottle of ink again, fill in the rest of Gambit's headgear. And then just going in there and adding a lot of ink. And then right here, I'm just going to go and add maybe a little white area that wasn't penciled in, just to show a little bit of the neck area. So I left that little triangle over there. And then now, whatever ink I have in my brush, I'm just going to go in there and fill it in. And with the remainder of the ink that's still in my brush, I'm just going to go and add some extra lines to make it look cooler. Double line here, fill in the line over there, and just add some more hair, some more flowing hair. Just adding more details instead of just inking what's there. I like to add more details to the work. And then when I'm done, I would just sign it and be finished. What is that? What is that? I'll tell you guys what that is later. Okay, here we go. Check it out. Ooh, look at that. And there you have it. That's the completed image. When I'm done, I would have everything done. I would sign my name on the bottom right over here, and then put my little holographic sticker over there. I thought that was kind of cool. One of my clients, he printed a whole bunch of these for me with my logo over there, and now anytime I do any kind of artwork that I send out, I'll just take a little holographic logo, kind of like a seal of authenticity kind of thing. So I think that's pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and anytime I have a new video up, you'll be one of the first to see it. So for the month of October, I hope to have one video a day. So until then, till tomorrow, I'll see you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.